What's up, Shondaland fam? It is Bryan Ford. What I wish more people knew about bread is that it was not invented in France. Honestly, a common theme of my work is to open people's eyes into, hey, there are very strong baking techniques in Africa. I mean, where did bread come from? Middle East, Africa. Let's be honest. I mean, historically, it does become difficult to really pinpoint. Was it Morocco? Was it, you know what I'm saying? Bread, you look at the baking traditions and the types of delicious bread that they make in parts of Africa, the Middle East, Asia, Latin America. But yeah, when people open a bakery, they always make the same European standard stuff. Like if a random person from like Kansas City, random American wants to open a bakery, they're gonna make the same thing that every other bakery makes, French and Italian stuff. So I think, long story, like long-winded answers, I want people to learn that bread is not something that should cost $20 per loaf because it's made with grains that only a few privileged people can access. Bread belongs to the world, and it belongs to all of us, and everyone in different countries makes it a different way. And people just really need to start to, and if you care enough about bread, some people don't care that much, so it's a staple of life. Yes. I think the foundation of eating food for me, it's grain based, or in Latin America it was corn. To understand Latin American baked goods, you must understand colonization, because wheat is not indigenous to the land of Latin America, really. There's tons of grains like quinoa and amaranth, but wheat itself, at a time, was not indigenous. Today, wheat is a very important part of Latin American culture because we took what happened during colonization and kind of made it our own. Like Mexico's one of the best examples, because the north of Mexico has actually pretty good land for wheat, Sonoran wheat and stuff like that. But bread has become a huge part of Mexican cuisine, and it used to just be corn. You think about your tortillas, in North Mexico, they make them with flour as well. I mean, and if you think about bolillos, which are small, French bread, right? That's tortas, sandwiches, are very important in Mexican cuisine now. And you're starting to see that kind of shift in all of Latin America, where people, where at least I've realized, like, wow, like even though this grain was brought over by Spaniards, it has been transformed into something very uniquely Latin American. It's just interesting to think about. It's not what people like to make it out to be, like it's this romantic story. It's not really that romantic. It was actually pretty terrifying. Same with sugarcane. Sugarcane destroyed parts of Brazil, Cuba. Now Brazil's the biggest producer of sugarcane. So it's kind of like a love-hate. It's like when it went down, when they forced wheat upon native people, they were like, what are we supposed to do with this? What is this? It's gonna mess up our corn. But then over time, they're like, oh, because like, hey, low key, we Hispanic and we get shit done. They're like, oh, this is what we gotta do. Let's rock. Let's rock. Okay, cool. Ponelo ahí, boom, boom, let's go. Hacemos un pan, boom.